Selecting your core readers for your book is extremely important. In this episode, I'm going to break down how I choose my core readers, and if you stick around at the end, I'll let you know exactly who they are. Hi everyone, my name is Alex Jagir and I am an epic fantasy writer. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed to my channel so far, liked my videos, gotten yourself involved with supporting me. It is much appreciated. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Helps my channel, like this video, any little bit helps. I just finished wrapping up my writing process videos. I think it's about 13 or 14 videos covering from idea, inception, all the way to completing the final drafts of the book. And so that doesn't mean I'm going to stop writing all of these writing processes or recording all these writing processes. Rather, I'm just going to continue branching off in different directions. And this episode is the first one of two regarding the core readers for your book. So what are the core readers? The core readers for my book are the people who are going to read my book first. They're the ones who I trust to read my material first in a very completed form before having to make the final changes to the story, the characters, and everything that they come back to me with. So it's in a relatively good form after the second draft, and that's who they are. And I'm going to go through here the criteria of what I have on my core readers for my books. The first criteria is not specifically on the people I select, but the size of the group. I keep my core readers limited to 4 exactly. And the reason for that is, well, 2 reasons. The first one is, even if you had, say, 10 people who love the genre that you're reading, that you're writing for, are super close to you, are trustworthy, having 10 core readers is a lot of information to go through. And it's a big sample size. Yes, I suppose that you could perfect your book even more when you have that many, but for me, if I had 10 people submitting me things, one, you have to trust that they're going to submit everything back to you timely, that you're not waiting on all of them. And then you have to sift through 10 books worth of notes on the book that you just written. And that's just too much. Some might even say that 4 people is too much. For me, it's a sweet spot. I think having 4 is a good amount because that's a good number of people where you kind of have a variety of opinions and a chance for things to be pointed out to you. But then it's small enough where it's definitely reasonable and doable to have those conversations with 4 people rather than spreading yourself thin. So I limit myself to 4. That could go less. It could go more in the future, just depending on a bunch of different circumstances. But that's how many core readers I have at the moment. Second criteria, it's funny because at the end there's going to be a little caveat to this, but the second criteria is your core readers should enjoy reading the genre that you are writing for. This one's important so that they understand as well what your readers should expect. So for instance, I write for myself. In the end, I want to write a book that's enjoyable for myself. My core readers also enjoy reading the genre that I like writing in, which is epic fantasy, like Lord of the Rings, Brandon Sanderson, all sorts of things just falling into that genre. And that's very important. If you have someone who is reading your books who, say, is a Stephen King fan, and that's all they read is Stephen King. In epic fantasy, hit or miss. Maybe they read The Dark Tower, they liked it, but I have my thoughts on that, on what kind of fantasy that is. And they just might not quite get the feeling or emotion and just the overall genre that you're trying to write in. So it's important that you select your readers who understand what you're writing, enjoy what you're writing, and really know the target audience that you're targeting to. And hopefully they are your target audience. Lastly, my core readers need to be very critical, not in a negative way, but in a very honest way. If my core readers come to me with no notes and they say, yes, book is good to go, they either are afraid to hurt my feelings, or for some reason I am the most blessed person in the world with writing, and send me all your money because you're going to read a book that you've never read before. Chances are that's not the case. Chances are they're just trying not to hurt my feelings. So it is important to select your core readers that are not afraid to, I wouldn't even say not afraid to hurt your feelings because they shouldn't hurt your feelings, are not afraid to be honest with your writing. Because in the end, you should want for yourself to be a better writer and present the book, the best possible version of your book to your readers. So for me, when my core readers come to me, submit me stuff, submit me critiques, notes, comments, I I want them to want me to be a better writer. And the only way for me to become a better writer is for them to come back with critiques on not just the story in the book itself, but on my writing. It might not even be something specifically in the book that stands out to them that needs huge corrections, but they might come to me and say, hey, you know, for you to be a better writer, to really kind of make it, take it a step further, it would be really beneficial for you to learn this or to be able to apply this to your book. So that helpful criticism, them wanting to me a better writer because they want to see me succeed, is very important and very necessary for when I have my criteria on selecting my core readers. So those are my 3 points for selecting my core readers. And now I'll tell you who my core readers are. So my first one is my wife. And even though she does not read epic fantasy, she prefers murder, mysteries, very suspenseful stuff like that. She's my wife, and she loves me, supports me, loves reading her own way. And so when she reads my books, she gives her own input on what she's familiar with, and she loves the stories that I make, the characters I create, and she's super supportive. So I have her read my book first and foremost, and she's going to give me that honest opinion and feedback, and she's my biggest supporter. After my wife comes my 3 next core supporters, my final 3, and I send them out my finished second draft all at once. The first one is my father. The second one is my friend Will, who I've been friends with for years and years since high school. And then my third one is my friend Steve Schramm, who is also known by the Winsome Creationist and a few other things on YouTube. But those are my 3 core readers. My father introduced me to fantasy, and just really understands what I'm going for my book, and very critical. Not a knock on him, but will be very critical of my writing. And then my friend Will, just a huge consumer of fantasy, written some of his own stuff, and just over the years been fantasy fans together. And so a great core reader for me there. Again, someone who is not shy of being critical about my writing, will do it honest way, wants to see me succeed. And then my friend Steve, who actually doesn't read much epic fantasy. However, I trust his criticism as a really true close friend who wants to see me succeed and has kind of been with me every step of the way in my writing. And also just understands writing in general. He is a great writer, reads a lot, writes a lot, and so just from his understanding on how stories should be set up, just the fundamentals of writing, I know that he'll be a great person to have to help with the finished product for my book. So that's an insight into how I select my core readers, who they are, and the selection criteria. So just know if you're a reader of mine, you will definitely be getting a final version that is critiqued very well, and I hope you look forward to it. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Please like this video. Again, subscribe if you haven't. That's super helpful for me and hopefully helpful to you so you get notified when I come out with new videos. I appreciate your support and your time, and I'll see you on the next go around.